Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be going over the all-new Toyota RAV4 Adventure. Before we get into this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this RAV4. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Mitch. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 25 around town and then 33 on the highway, with power outputs being 203 horsepower at 6,600 RPMs and then 184 pound-feet of torque at 5,000 RPMs. Now, before we go to the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see it's raised there on either side and then flat in the center. It actually looks really cool. And then coming down below, you guys can see the new distinct LED daytime running lights there with the headlights. Notice the fog lights are just down below that. The whole grille has pretty much been blacked out other than the Toyota logo. And then notice how you have this silver trim here at the bottom to give it kind of like aggressive off-roader type appearance. And putting it all together, this is one mean looking RAV4. Coming around the side here, timing wheel setup is 235, 55, 19 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see you've got like a matte finish on the wheels, which looks really cool. We've got these big chunky fender flares here, and then notice that bodywork continues on the side, so it has that like molded, rugged off-roader look. And then taking a look at the side view, you guys can see the matte finish on the wheels kind of matches the other elements, and then you guys can see we got that roof rack there at the top as well. And by roof rack, I mean roof rails. Apparently I don't know what words are today. Now here's the key fob for the RAV4 Adventure. You guys can see Toyota logo there on the back. We have our unlock function and our lock function. And popping open the hatch is pretty easy. It is hydraulic, if you guys are wondering. And inside, you can see we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. We got our RAV4 floor mat carpet, and then got a spare tire underneath. Well, that's pretty nifty. Look at that. We got some charging port action here in the back as well. And then when you're all done, they give you this nice grab handle so you can just plop. We got the RAV4's new distinctive taillights here. Notice we got our Adventure badge down below. That is definitely a cool look. And then you can see Toyota logo and then RAV4 badge on the other side. That's weird the Toyota logo is finished in chrome. Also, look at the dual exhaust tips there at the bottom. Pretty sporty. And yeah, putting it all together, this is a pretty cool looking RAV4. Now with the door panel itself, you guys can see you got like this orange stitching that goes across, and then look at the padding all down below. And then I love the grab handle here, definitely has that kind of like sturdy Toyota appearance. And then you got RAV4 above the speaker. Now these seats are pretty fancy looking. Look at the orange stitching, then you guys can see that little piping there in the center. And then this is pretty cool with the design. So fun looking seats. Legroom here in the back is super solid, and then I don't have a storage pocket there, but the passenger does. And then you guys can see we've got vents down below and then some USB action. Yes, I need a haircut, and yes, there's good headroom. And then you guys can see cup holder armrest. Now with the front door panel, you guys can see again with that like bronze-ish orange stitching and then the padding all down below. All of our window controls, we got our door lock and unlock, mirror adjustment, and then look how sturdy again that handle it looks. Blind spot monitoring with the mirror itself, and then you guys can see again with the RAV4 logo there above the speaker. Now with the front seat, again, look at the stitching, and then you can see with the piping in the center portion, and then I love this design all down the center. And then we do have our power adjustments on the side. Again, contrasted stitching, got a little storage pocket right there, heated steering wheel, and if you guys were wondering, the steering wheel is manually adjustable. So here is our steering wheel. You guys can see really nice padding all around. You got the darker stitching there in the center portion. We have our adaptive cruise control as well as our lane keep assist. Then you guys can see volume voice command controls on the other side with some controls for the center stack. And then of course we have our turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock. Now with the center gauge cluster, you guys can see that we've got pretty aggressive looking gauges on either side with the white and the red. And then with the center screen, just kind of like the normal RAV4 center screen, so you can see different bits of info. But we have a bunch of cool drive modes. So we have an eco mode, normal mode, sport mode. But then we also have a mud sand mode that we can go into, and then we have a rock and dirt mode as well. If you guys are wondering, this has a torque vectoring all-wheel drive system, which means that it actually should be pretty good off-road. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. As for the rest of the infotainment system, you can see response time here is really solid with the screen itself, and got a shortcut bar there on the side. That's all. Also, radio control for the volume. We got the contrasted stitching that goes across the dash that you can see at the top of the door panel as well. And look at the vent there. Just kind of a cool look. This does come with a dual zone climate system. We also have heated seats here for the front. You got your stability control button. And then you guys can see with our little storage area, some USB action. Now we have our shifter for that 8-speed automatic. It does have a manual shift function. You got your parking brake right there, your auto hold, and then notice we've got our eco, normal, sport drive modes, and then you have a snow mode, and then your hill descent control. And then this is pretty cool with the new RAV4. Sorry if the camera doesn't like focus. The lighting is just kind of horrible today. But notice when I change the drive mode, it actually like illuminates the little dial there. It doesn't do it with these modes up here at the top, sadly, but at least with the off-road mode, it kind of changes it. Got more of that cool orange trim around the cup holders than you guys can see with the center console. And storage space is solid. Got some USB action inside. And then look at the storage space above the glove box. And then here's a quick look at the glove box. And then up top, nothing too fancy. We have a manual mirror dimmer and then sunglass holder and then letter colored headliner. So here's a window sticker for this RAV4 Adventure. You guys can see almost everything standard. And again, they really advertise that dynamic torque vectoring all-wheel drive with multi-terrain select. Sorry about the wind noise, by the way. Anyways, $33,770 is the base MSRP. This has the adventure grade weather package that gives you like the leather trim steering wheel that is also heated, I guess. Anyways, total MSRP $36,229. I don't know where I got a 7 from. Help me. Anyways, let's sum things up. Well, let's go on an adventure with the adventure by talking about the visibility. Anyways, visibility over the hood. Both mirrors just do have blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let's take this back to his parking space. Now, I do need to advertise for another video I will have on the channel. It might be posted before this one. I'm not sure which one I'm posting first, but I'm also going to review the RAV4 TRD today. I know a lot of people might be comparing this to the TRD, and so since I'm doing the TRD review second, I'm going to be making the comparisons to this vehicle in that video, if that makes sense. So if you are cross-shopping both RAV4s, then watch that video so then you guys can know which one I choose. But anyways, with this adventure thing, I think it's pretty cool looking. I love this interior. It's super, super spunky. What I'm kind of noticing about this adventure package, though, is it's more looks than anything else. Yes, I understand the all-wheel drive system is going to help out the capability quite a bit. But let's be honest here. How many people are actually going to take these off-road? Not a lot. But I do think this would be great for, like, you know, general kind of like camping adventures, again, with the all-wheel drive and everything. And, you know, the fact that it's got this interior that's really easy to clean. That's the benefit of seats like this that aren't perforated, is you know, the dirt and all that kind of stuff is not going to get like really stuck into the seats, which is always a big plus. And so, yeah, overall, I really like this package. I think it looks cool. I like the interior. And, you know, there is a little bit of a premium with it compared to, you know, a regular RAV4. But honestly, it's not too bad. And my parking space got stolen. I bet it got stolen by the TRD. Is that the TRD? It totally is. See, look at that. The TRD RAV4 stealing our parking space. So now we got to go find a new one. I guess that gives us a little bit more runtime, so I can talk about this package a little bit more. With this 4-cylinder engine, the base engine for the RAV4, I think it's a pretty solid powertrain overall. What I would say, though, is I have driven, you know, the hybrid, and I've also driven the plug-in hybrid. Those definitely feel a bit stronger compared to this powertrain from an acceleration perspective. But when you compare this to the competition, this is actually a really solid powertrain. It's got good horsepower, good torque, and it has not a CVT. That's very important. The 8-speed automatic is really good. So, and especially for off-roading, this is why Toyota does this particular powertrain with this package, because if you take a CVT off-road, it's just not a great situation, whereas a regular torque converter is just going to be able to handle it a lot better. So let me know what you guys think about this new adventure package. That'll sum things up with our video on this RAV4 Adventure. And with that being said, again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this RAV4. Check out their inventory in the description down below. I'll see you.